Okay, so for the rest of this lecture, I just wanted to show you these slides that tell you some other places that you might see commas. Basically, commas also go at the end of an address to somebody. So, Bill, will you pass the salt? Or at the end of like an introductory phrase. I also wanted to remind you that commas often go after lead-ins as well. That doesn't mean that you have to worry about joining those clauses correctly, because they're not clauses, they're more like an introduction and then a quotation. I also provided this for you to just read on apostrophes, just a reminder if you struggle with things being possessive, also to remind you not to use apostrophes to make words plural. And then I always give this to my classes because it's the only way that I ever remembered how to tell the difference between its ITS and its IT apostrophe S. Basically, possessive pronouns are possessive words, but they don't have apostrophes. So ITS, its, suggests that a thing belongs to it. IT apostrophe S is just a contraction for it is. And apostrophes do make contractions, but you shouldn't be using contractions in your formal writing, so really the only time you'll have apostrophes is for possessive words, except for possessive pronouns. That helps me remember. If it confuses you more, then just ignore it. Also wanted to show you this. This is not a required activity, but it is a cool website called Chomp Chomp, where you can play little simple grammar games, but they also explain things really well, in my opinion. This is basically everything that I just told you, but I think in a more fun format. There's also a pretty good one for fused sentences. You can play a game if you'd like to. I am not requiring this, but it is extremely helpful. So here's the activity that I am requiring. Let me show you. This is super simple. I hope you don't think it's busy work. It actually will help you. I already put an example on Blackboard. Basically, all I want you to do is pick 5 sentences from your essay draft that you don't like or think you're incorrect. Explain how you think they're incorrect, so identify them as a fragment, a comma splice, a fused sentence, or just say you don't like it. Then put the sentence in a document and then write a revised version of the sentence underneath it. Let me show you the example. Okay, here's the example. It clearly says 4. I don't know why. It's supposed to say 5. I'm going to fix that. I'll fix it on Blackboard as well. And here's my example. So I've written an example sentence. Many cities have difficulty organizing municipal services and they cannot pay their garbage collectors enough. So I've said that it's a fused sentence because there's a second subject, they, that isn't joined properly. I've revised it just by taking that second subject out. Many sentences have difficulty organizing municipal services and paying their garbage collectors enough. I could have fixed that in probably 100 ways, but I did the most simple one. I just took the word out that made that second clause. So now there aren't 2 clauses, so we're not in trouble of fusing our sentences. Right? That is everything for this week. Make sure that you do both this activity and your discussion post on Blackboard. Let me know if you have questions. There are scans up for your Everyday Writer readings, but those scans are not very good, so if you need help logging into the online version of the Everyday Writer, please contact me. All right, see you guys next week.